What is up, YouTube? Grind time back at it again. Today we have Britton with us today to talk about his dynasty team and just the general league activity for the week. Some big moves happened last night. We're going to talk
Big
about those
moves.
big moves. So last night I traded Robbie Anderson and James Robinson away for T Higgins. Britton, what are your thoughts on that?
See, I thought honestly Danny got the best of you. Um, I think Rob Anderson's gonna or they're gonna start to get the ball. But that was my perspective.
Yeah, it just cut out. Your voice cut out. It hadn't cut out at all, but then once we started recording, it just cut out right when you started talking. So you think
So
Robbie
Dan,
Anderson's what?
so I think honestly I think Danny got the best of that trade. I think Rob Anderson and Robinson both have upside. I mean Robinson these last 2 weeks have been looking phenomenal on the field.
Yeah,
And
phenomenal.
then yeah, phenomenal. And then Robbie Anderson, I think I mean he just got to get more targets, and whether it's this team or another team that gets him the scheme, I think he's just a too talented player for those together for T Higgins.
So here's the thing, though, right? So T Higgins went in the fourth round of our redraft, right? So our
Yes,
original draft. So he's highly valuable. You love Jamar Chase, right?
my boy.
So T Higgins is like a knockoff version of Jamar Chase, right? A cheaper version of Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
They're gonna have similar numbers. They're in the same offense. They're like the same age, so it's like the same. Not quite probably as good, but close. James Robinson. Basically, this trade just got rid of all the risk. It de-risked my team. So James Robinson, we don't know what's happening next year. I assume it's like at least a 50-50 split with ETN. Um,
yeah.
I'm not sure. He's not starting on my team anyway this year. If one of my running backs, if Kamara gets hurt, my team's done this year anyway. So Robinson was always an afterthought. I was trying to ship him off. And Robbie Anderson, he it's going to look bad for me the first few weeks because I think Robbie Anderson's going to start playing better because Christian McCaffrey's hurt, and that just
Yeah.
opens up like 8 targets a game. But the thing is, like, if you look at Robbie Anderson, let's see if I can click on it. Yeah, if you look at his game log, like 3 targets, 2 targets, he had 11 this last week. But you're never gonna feel comfortable
Yeah.
starting him ever.
No, he's. I mean,
And I drafted him because I thought he was going to be like a reliable 8 targets a game and not give me a
yeah.
ton of points, but I could like put him in as a receiver as like a flex.
DJ Moore is the superstar of that team. He's looking absolutely
Yes,
ridiculous.
and I was not expecting him to be this good. So what I and the other thing is the depth on the waiver wire for receiver is a lot deeper than running back. So like
Yeah,
I like honestly Robbie Anderson, like I barely value him over like a waiver receiver.
really.
Yeah, like I think I could get like Jamison Crowder on the waiver wire and I'd feel just as good about as Robbie Anderson.
Wow. How many years is Robbie Anderson in the league? Is this his fifth?
No, he's 28. Yeah, so fifth. Yeah, he's 28.
Okay.
So I mean it's not a bad. I think it's probably pretty fair.
Yeah.
Because Danny has to deal with the risk of James Robinson next year.
Yeah.
I think I think they'll at least split carries. It's also possible he gets traded to a better situation.
Yeah.
Then that's a win. But you can't count on that. Like he also could be the backup next year. Um,
You never know. I mean,
you never know.
especially
So
the league's looking more like a two strong running back kind of league.
that's what it's looking like. So my thought process was get the 1B to Jamar Chase's 1A. Um,
Yeah.
and I mean, if you look at his numbers last year, was kind of a monster. I mean,
Oh yeah, he had a great season.
67 catches and 900 yards with no Joe Burrow for most of the
Yeah.
season. So I mean, like as long as he continues playing well, I mean, in the first 2 weeks he actually out targeted Jamar Chase. So
Yeah, just Jamar Chase that deep ball threat is what really
he
gets me.
really is. But and T Higgins is big red zone threat. So we'll see. I like T Higgins long term. I also think I could flip T Higgins for more than this, honestly, later in the year. Um, Danny just really needed a running back. So I think I lose this trade for the first few weeks, but long term, I think I win. That's why I did it.
That makes sense. That makes sense now.
And then The other one, Sean traded away Dallas Goddard, Darrell Henderson, and a second, 2023 seconds for um, a first, right? Was that it?
Yeah, I mean, basically, from my perspective, Sean just admitted this year he's taking a tank year, and his team's not.
Yeah, but I mean, he has two other running backs, um, and he wants those 2023 first round picks. That's what he wants.
Yeah,
Um,
but like honestly, on the by far the most points scored on him in the league, I think. I stand corrected. He's put up decent numbers, but he's just been the draw of his opponents has been tough.
I don't know what Lucas's thought process is here. He has two running backs already. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. He needs more.
he was panicking about Chris Carson after 4 weeks, even though Chris Carson's had a few good weeks, just had one bad week. So I don't know what the thought process was there. I don't think he needed to go out and get a rental this early. I think this is like a similar situation though. He's young, I think, right? He's 24, so he's a year older
Yeah,
than Robinson. And like I think you're in a similar spot. You got the Rams do run two running backs, but Akers comes back.
Akers 1A.
Yeah, so it's like he could get traded. Basically, you're de-risking, and you get a first round pick out of it, um, which is fine. I think that's fair value. And then let's talk about your team. Went over the league
There we go.
craziness.
And Colby, can you remind me what you said last week when you were with Chris about my team? I'm gonna get was it I'm not gonna win all year?
No, I said this is going to be the only win you get all year.
Oh, really? I see. We got to run back the clip. I think you said I'm not gonna get a win all year. But
I don't think I said that. I did say I don't think you're going to win another game. I will
all right,
stand by that. Let's see
let's see if we
here.
let's see. This is a time I gotta get a dub here, man. This is a big week for Colby's cheese.
How can I look at your team? Is this the best way to do it? Probably not. But
I just scrolled all the way down to the records.
oh yeah, that's the best way to do it. It's easier on your phone. Okay, here we go. Yep, last place. Shocker. So I wanted to ask you about this.
Whoa.
So extremely young, right?
I'm not last place. Last place? Yes.
Oh, okay, you're not. You're ahead of two people.
My team is.
You're in you're in seventh, or you're in you're in eighth. But that's not that bad. So obviously you went the youth project route, right? Tell us about why you
Yeah.
did that and what your plan is for the future.
Yeah, I think. I mean, obviously, this is a dynasty league. These players are going to be my team for the long future, unless bearing injuries or trade or retirement. And it was just where the people fell in the draft. And I mean, large portion of the time was getting high quality caliber guys that are in the fifth or sixth year, or looking for Najee Harris and Jamar Chase. And I was comfortable rolling the dice with those guys. I think Najee Harris looks like an absolute beast. If you could fix their Ben Roethlisberger pulling from the roster. I don't know who you're gonna start over him, but
Nobody.
Mason Rudolph. But yeah, it's just I went the young draw. I think it's gonna pay off. I'm really liking all my young guys' numbers they put it up so far. Besides, I'd like to see a little more out of Kyle Pitts. Also, that being said, my two rookie quarterbacks have struggled. I will say Zach Wilson did look pretty good last week at 21 for 34 with almost 300 passing yards and 2 tutties. But yeah, I think this is my route to go. I think my players are I got some good young talent. It's just making this playoff run this year. It's gonna be a tough one to squeeze out.
You do have Michael Thomas coming back pretty soon, so that will help you. You got
That's week 7, man. I can't wait.
you got the combo of Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase. You got both of them.
Yeah.
Will you ever ship one of them off, or are you gonna keep both? Roll with
I mean,
both.
I'm always willing to trade it's at a good value, but I'm not going to trade to just to hold on to a rental. These guys are long term, so I got to see some other guy or a couple two wide receivers, wide receiver, running back, and something that's going to make it worthwhile in the long term. Because I'm definitely looking next 2 or 3 years to really step up in the league.
So draft picks. What's your plan with that? Are you planning on acquiring? Are you planning on selling your draft picks? What are your thought process there?
Yeah, so I mean, it's for me, it's a little too early to tell. I want to be a little more confident that these players are going to be big players in the next couple of years. If I can see some strong talent out of them, I'm comfortable in selling a couple of my draft picks to really finalize that team and make it better. I would love to get a solid quarterback or something to improve my flex consistently. So that's just dependent on how these players continue to play the next couple seasons or next couple weeks. Sorry.
Jacksonville. Okay, next question. Jacksonville. DJ Chark obviously went down, broke
Yeah.
his ankle in like 4 million places. Do you think Marvin Jones is the wide receiver one there? He might have been already, but do you think he gets more targets, or do you think Laviska Shenault takes over at that role?
I can never know. I mean, he's been getting solid targets all season long. But the story of Marvin Jones' career is just inconsistency.
Yeah.
The man can drop 30, 20 points, and the next week have 6. But he's looked consistent all season. I don't know why he only had 3 targets on this game. But
It's because I think they ran the ball. I think
yeah, I think they
Robinson had
ran
like
the ball
20
a
carries.
decent amount. That was their game scheme. But yeah, this dude, the man, he's just inconsistent. But they play the Titans this week, so who knows? They just lost to the Jets and have been letting up absolute terrible defensive numbers. So hopefully, Marvin Jones has a big week this week.
Okay, so biggest question, right? Where do you think you stack up with your roster the way it is now in the league? I know where you are in the standings, but do you think you are going to outperform that the rest of the year, or do you think you're going to stay in the same spot?
I think I'm a fifth, sixth, or seventh seed is kind of where I put myself.
You think you're going to make the playoffs?
I think I'm going to make the playoffs, and my thing is, dude, Saquon Barkley is back, baby, Colby. Look at the numbers he's been putting up recently. He is looking, just even on the field, it's looking electric. I think you said it last week in the podcast. Is Joe Burrow definitely wasn't looking comfortable under that knee injury, but looks like he's getting his bearings underneath him.
He looks good.
Saquon Barkley was looking electric, Colby, electric.
Yeah.
And that
I tried to trade for him like 2 weeks ago, and he said no.
When you traded, it was a good point. I mean, he was on the field more. He was on the field for 89% of offensive snaps this week, most that he's been on all season. And Daniel Jones was looking good, dude. The offense was rolling without Slayton or Shepard on the field. So
you do have 2 of like the only workhorse backs in the NFL right now, because everybody's running a 2-back system, except the Steelers, and the Titans and the Giants. There's a few other teams, but those are the main ones where those running backs don't come off the field. There's no backup. There's nobody taking carries from Saquon Barkley, so that really helps. But you have scored 400 points compared to Nick's 546. So
and so a lot of it's just been mismanagement. I mean, I should have definitely started Kenny Golladay this week when I knew that both Darius Slay and Sterling Shepard were out. I didn't. Daniel Jones went for a career high of 402 yards. I should have known that at least he was going to perform. But the Giants looked good, dude. They dropped the dub in the Superdome against the Saints.
I know, that is crazy.
I'm pumped about. But I'm feeling confident. I think Saquon's going to continue to perform. It's just making right up is really what's going to be crucial this year. I mean, Jamar Chase. That guy's is he a rookie of the year? Who's your projection for rookie of the year?
It's a quarterback award, but all the quarterbacks have not been good. So it's looking like he's going to run away with it unless there's a situation like Justin Herbert last year where he breaks out late. I'm thinking maybe Trey Lance now. I don't know how long Jimmy G's out, but probably because Trey Lance did look pretty good in the second half. I think it's probably going to be Chase Low.
And I would love to see Trey Lance. I mean, they didn't expect Jimmy to go down. They didn't have a game plan to work with Trey Lance's legs and deep ball throws. So I'd love to see how they work next week with him on the field if he is a starter.
They also have their running backs back. They had like 9 running backs hurt the last few weeks.
Yeah. Last 2 years, dude.
Elijah Mitchell's back this week. That's pretty excited about that. He's on my taxi squad. Oh, another question. Why do you only have 2 spots of your taxi squad filled? Did you take somebody off or?
Yeah. So, and this was, I think, also a foolish mistake in my part. If I took a little more time inside my roster, when McCaffrey went down, I CJ Hubbard, pulled him from the taxi squad. I was like, this is a must-win week. Once again, I could have put Kenny Galladay in that flex. I could have put Kareem Hunt in that flex.
No.
I've kind of been a nincompoop for not Kareem Hunt in. Kareem Hunt was on the field more this week than Nick Chubb, which was great to see. I think it's especially with Jarvis Landry out, they're trying to open up that passing game as much as possible. But geez, dude, Baker Mayfield looked absolutely atrocious.
I mean, yeah, he's not going to throw for a ton of yards. That's just how he is. He's just like slightly above average quarterback. He's not going to throw for like a gazillion yards.
Dude, he just wasn't even accurate last week.
I know.
He's typically an accurate quarterback, but
I'm a Baker hater. I don't really like him that much. I don't think he's that good. But
see that end of the game where he just absolutely missed Odell Beckham Jr. wide open.
I did not see that. I didn't watch the Browns game, but doesn't surprise me.
It was bad, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy with my team. Russell Wilson is diving this week. I gotta beat Sean.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. So you play Sean this week. Like, give me your percent chance you think you win. How confident are you?
It says it right there that I got a slim chance of winning with 41.
It's only a 6-point spread though.
Yeah. Just look at his schedule. He's like Ryan Tannehill's playing the Jaguars. Like Dalvin Cook's playing Detroit. The Falcons are playing the Jets. Like he just has he has a strong week this week. I don't think Mark Jones is going for 15 points. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. It's a dependent league, especially with like his team and Chris Godwin. It's whoever Tom Brady's targets that week is going to make a big play and it's going to either drop 20 or he's going to drop 10.
Yeah, that's why I don't have any Buccaneer players except Tom Brady because I don't even want to deal with it. Last few questions here. One player you're trying to acquire, one player you're trying to trade for, and one player you're thinking about trading away.
Yeah, a player I'm trying to trade away is like if Kareem Hunt has another strong week, him and maybe Kenny Galladay for just a little bit more consistent of a running back. Something to really open that flex is I need a strong, consistent flex. I have faith in my two receivers and Devontae Adams and Jamar Chase. But once I can Michael Thomas is back, I'm really confident about those two receivers. I need that flex position to be better.
You also saw the market for running backs yesterday as everybody just flipped out when James Robinson and Darrell Henderson went on the trade block. And there were more people. I probably shouldn't talk about this, but there are more people inquiring about James Robinson.
It's a crazy league. Dude.
I'll spill. Chris doesn't have a running back. Lucas got his running back finally, but Caden is also interested in the running back because he doesn't like Miles Sanders. So there's at least 2 people.
Slim takens this year, dude. It's slim takens.
Yeah.
I would even take I'll offer up Kareem Hunt for a better receiver, or it's gonna screw me when it comes to the bye weeks, but that's a risk I'm willing to take.
I don't have a running back for week 6 because Kamara has a bye, and since I traded away Robinson and my other running backs got hurt, I have Cordell Patterson.
Yeah.
He also has a bye that week. So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a running back. I'm gonna try to pick one up.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on my. What's your prediction this week for me versus Sean, man? 2 1-3 teams trying to squeeze their way into the 6-man playoff.
So I'm just looking at this. I don't know, Dalvin Cook hasn't been very good this year actually.
He was injured. He came back in that game last week, but he was out for a good portion of it.
And that's very possible that happens again. He traded away his flex. So who is he gonna play there?
Especially against Detroit, I don't think that's gonna be the type of game where they're gonna risk.
So he's probably gonna play Jacoby Myers as his flex, unless he decides to play Claypool or Boyd for whatever reason. Boyd probably not the best move anymore because Higgins is back, and you
Yeah.
got Jamar Chase. Um, I mean, he'll be fine. He just won't be scoring as many as he has the last few weeks. I don't know. I mean, it's really random. Like fantasy football's so random. You never know.
Dude,
Um,
and dude. The Buffalo defense. I mean, in my eyes, Buffalo's the Super Bowl favorites, in my opinion.
yeah, but he
I
can't
think they win
play.
this week.
He can't play this
Yeah.
defense this week.
Oh, not against the Chiefs. Not against the
No.
Chiefs. But I mean, dude, they've allowed. I think they've let like 11. They've let up 11 points a game, which is the best in the NFL, and they have dropped like 33 points a game, which is the second best in the NFL. That's just crazy numbers.
They look pretty
Like,
good, and Josh Allen's really good. So
oh, I see. I don't know how they lost.
the Steelers.
Because that still blows my mind. Najee and not dude. That's when I was worried about Najee Harris, but he's looking good. He's a PPR machine.
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna throw the ball like 80 times out of the backfield, it doesn't even matter.
Well, they just check down to him. It's
I
crazy.
know.
And like it can be 4th and 7, and it'll check down for a 1 yard gain, and I'll be like, hey, that's a point and a half. Like I can't complain. But yeah, they've like, dude, you can't put a like. Are you gonna start? Allaire this week against the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah.
Dude, over Cordell Patterson, my boy.
I maybe I'll think about it a little more. I'm pretty much starting CAH no matter what. Just he's ran for 100 yards. He's like one of the leading rushers in the NFL right now, randomly.
Yeah, but dude, the Buffalo Bills have let up. I think it's 4th in the league, 68 yards per game on the rushing. Like,
Who have they played though?
dude, they haven't played bearing the best teams, but I mean every single person they pulled at running back, they've held to 7 fantasy points. Besides Antonio Gibson, who had 17 points, and 14 of those came on a 73-yard.
Yeah, they came on one play. I mean, I'm just looking at this. This is a brutal schedule, honestly. I see. Here's the thing with CEH though. Like, it just like he's my second running back. He just needs to like fall in the end zone. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I'll probably think about it a little more.
Has been looking insane.
Who does the defense?
Cordell Patterson.
Oh yeah. He's just not on the field very much. I love him. Lucas was trying to trade for him for a 2nd round pick, and I didn't do it just because you can play him anywhere. Like that flexibility, that position flexibility is so valuable.
Dude, he's the third best running back in the league right now in PPR.
I know you can. Yeah, I mean, because running backs don't score that many points, and you can plug in a receiver there. It's like a cheat code. So that's why I'm keeping him for right now. I'm pretty confident.
If I was you, I'd put Cordell Patterson.
Maybe I will play him. I'll have to think about that.
That's my lock, Colby. Cordell Patterson is having more points than Allaire.
I gotta figure out my receiver situation this week too.
This is a big week for you, Colby.
Yeah, I would like to win this week, but I'm just trying to get the 6th seed. Honestly, that's my goal. Sneak into the playoffs, not have to worry about the final 4 on the bottom 4. Last question: who are you trying to acquire? Who's your big trade target? You have anybody in mind you want to get?
Dude, I really haven't been looking at it. I've been just like rolling off the waiver wire. I need to.
So if anybody came to you with a trade offer, there isn't one person you would be like, oh yeah, I want this person.
Colby, give me Cordell Patterson, man.
He's you want him? Good. I mean, if you want him, the problem is, if you take him, I'm trying to trade CH and Cordell Patterson right now. So yeah. If you're interested, I mean, I can talk to you, but.
See, I'm in this weird, the only guy that is of value that I can offer up is Kareem Hunt and Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, and I don't want them.
Yeah, so trying to find somebody that needs a little boost in
unless you're willing to give up draft picks.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. Is I need to. When's the trade deadline again? What week?
Week 11.
Yeah, I got some time.
You got a little bit of time.
Week 6, week 7, I'll probably dive in. Once Michael Thomas is back, I'll probably dive into the trades a little bit more.
You have a little more flexibility. I'm waiting to see what my record's going to be at in a few more weeks to make sure I'm going to make the playoffs before I start offloading some of my players.
Fair. That's fair, dude. I need Kyle Pitts to play better. I mean, Matt Ryan, Colby is whack, dude. That guy cannot move or throw the ball.
Rookie tight ends usually kind of suck, though. Yeah, it usually takes a few years.
Dude, I think it's like 63% completion rate, which is like average for Matt Ryan's throwing, but they can't connect, dude. They got
Yeah.
like 9 for 4. That's terrible.
It's crazy. He hasn't scored a touchdown yet.
Dude. He's 6'6", 250 pounds, Colby. Why are we not targeting this guy in the end zone? And like he has gotten targets in the end zone, but then Matt Ryan throws it 20 yards over his head.
He's 26 at tight end. You want to see something that's going to make you really sad?
What?
Because you took him in the 3rd round.
Oh, you're gonna show me somebody? Yeah.
Oh, he's ahead. Dang. I thought he was gonna be ahead because he got this 1 touchdown, but no. My boy.
When do you take him?
It should say here. Right.
I have no idea. But,
13th round.
Dude, yeah, it's just like they picked a freak of an athlete, Kyle Pitts, and they're not trying to target him. They're really running they're running their offense around Cordell Patterson. That's what it's been shocking watching these games.
I know, it's crazy. They're giving the ball to Mike Davis a ton too. Calvin Ridley hasn't even been involved really that much.
He hasn't.
He's gotten a lot of targets, but like I don't think he's even scored yet.
And it's tough. It's like they're averaging 19.5 points a game. That's 25th in the league. Like nope. Like you need more points than that to create some offensive spark.
Ridley's receiver 34 right now. That's insane.
That's crazy, dude. I'm telling you, bro. Put in Josh Rosen. Give that man a chance. What do you have to lose?
He's garbage.
Yeah, so is Matt Ryan, dude. Matt Ryan is terrible.
Do you know who's not garbage?
Who?
The boy.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. The third. Are you? Oh.
See, look at this.
Cordell Patterson's a freak.
Look at his snap percentage low.
That's what blows my mind.
He plays like a third of the time, but he's getting 7 targets a game, and then he's getting like 7 rush attempts. Like that's all you need. He doesn't even need to score if he's catching 6 passes a week.
Dude, when he comes in, they're like, "We're giving you the ball." It's literally what
pretty much. I mean, like, yeah, that's insane. He's number 27 or 19 overall PPR, and he plays 30% of the game.
I wonder if he's gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the field for more than 50% of the plays this week.
Hopefully, look at this too.
Dude, yeah, but my question is Jalen Hurts. Yeah, Tom Brady, Colby. You got 2 freak quarterbacks.
I'm trying to trade Tom Brady.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the problem is Jalen Hurts might not even start next year because he's like not good in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fine. He's not great, but like I mean, this is insane just because of how much he runs. Like, yeah. I mean, it's like a fantasy cheat code. He's scoring so many points even though he's not good in real life. Like, I mean, he's ahead of Tom Brady in scoring. I think.
Really?
I think, yeah.
I mean, when you can add 5 points on, above because of running yards, dude, that's fantastic.
Yeah, he's 1 spot ahead of Tom Brady. So, I'm trying to get rid of Tom Brady. He's also old. He has like 2 or 3 years left, maybe. He might end up playing till he's 50. I hope not.
That guy might play till he's 60.
I hope not. But yeah, I might try to do that. Only one person needs a quarterback really low. So,
who needs a quarterback?
Sean.
Oh, Sean. Who's Sean's quarterback?
Tannehill.
Yeah,
that's like the only person I could trade to. I'm trying to trade Gronk too because he's tight end 3 even after not playing this week because he scored 4 touchdowns. So
you gotta. It's tough. You got injured. You would have been able to sling him right now.
I don't think it's gonna matter because he's gonna be back in like 2 weeks and people need tight ends. So maybe.
Yeah, especially with buys coming up. I think it's gonna be huge.
Yeah, I mean I don't want that much for him. And then. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Bryan Edwards I can trade away, especially now I have T. Higgins. I got T. Higgins and the boy Darnell Mooney. So I got my receivers of the future.
Yeah, dude, Darnell Mooney looks better, and Justin Fields looked a little better this week. I will be flabbergasted if I can't believe they're trying to discuss keeping Andy Dalton.
I know I can't either. It would really help my Bears receivers if they could throw for more than 200 yards every week. That would really help.
They haven't even tried to really adjust the offense.
Well,
they've just been running Andy Dalton's offense.
It's horrible. They're gonna have to throw now though. With Montgomery hurt, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, maybe they give Damian Williams the ball that much. I doubt it. I bet they start throwing.
I'd be shocked.
Yeah. So, do you have any waiver targets for this week? You got pick anybody up?
So is this off the record, Colby? When is this going live?
Probably tomorrow. So yeah, after waivers are cleared.
Yeah. So I'm looking to pick up a kicker. because my kicker decided, hey, I want to be out for a couple. I think he's on the IR. I think he's going on the
Didn't
IR.
he get hurt in warmups?
Yeah, he got hurt in warmups. I almost lost the game that because of that. Thank the Lord that Saquon Barkley went beast mode in the OT and scored a touchdown, or I would be 0-4 right now. So acquiring a kicker and then aiming for Hunter Henry. Just a little more consistency. I know I got a buy coming up with that, so I'm trying to snag some.
Didn't you just drop Hunter Henry?
Yeah, my thing is I get nervous, I get sporadic, and I just start dropping.
Rosters aren't that big, actually. It seems big, but then you start using it, and then it's like, yeah, it's hard. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need a running back because this is running back 3, and then that's it. Because I have Elijah Mitchell. I could take him out, but I really don't want to. I'd rather keep him down here if I can. So I'm gonna see if I.
Jones is looking good, dude.
Who? Wait. Oh, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones is looking good.
He looks like the best rookie quarterback, honestly, at this point. So yeah, that's the other reason I kind of want to get rid of Brady because like I feel comfortable that either one of Hurts or Mac Jones will be fine, and I want to draft a quarterback next year. If I can get like, I don't want to draft one in the first round, and I don't even think any of the quarterbacks will go in the first round next year. But if I can get like,
well, they're saying that the Nevada Reno's quarterback.
Yeah,
he's gonna be one of like the top 3 picks.
Yeah, well, in real life, but in our fantasy drafts, like Trevor Lawrence went like at like 7 or 8 this year. So I don't think any of the quarterbacks will go in the first round. Maybe at the end of the first round. So I think like I could get like hopefully like Matt Corral, or I like the quarterback for Liberty. He's kind of cool, Malik Willis, I think. So maybe I could get one of them in the second round, and then they'll be on my. I'll have 3 quarterbacks again, and so I don't have room for Tom Brady.
Well, I came to realize this. I'm gonna dump like all my taxi squad players. I'm dumping.
Yeah, well, I think I also want to leave roster spots open because I'm gonna pick up some people's taxi squad guys. There's a few I have an eye on who haven't scored like any points that I'm gonna pick up after the season if people dump them.
Yeah, I mean people are gonna move around players.
You don't have roster spots to keep them, so like people are gonna have to get rid of a lot of players, and then you don't even need to trade for them. Like I want to trade for some of these guys, and I think I'm just gonna wait and see what happens.
So who's your pick on taking the dub this year with the league?
It was Chris, and I still think it probably is Chris. But him getting he was interviewed last week, no big deal. But the David Montgomery injury kind of kills him because you got. It depends on how long he's out. It's looking like he didn't tear his ACL, so I think he's like out like at least 4 weeks, maybe longer.
Sam Darnold, speak of that man, dude.
Monster.
Is he a running quarterback or what, Colby?
He was one of my sleeper picks of the week or the year. I picked him as a sleeper pick. Melvin Gordon's like fine, I guess, but now you have Javonte Williams getting more carries. You've split backfield, plus their offense is garbage now because Drew Lock's playing quarterback. So it's like, I don't know. That's brutal. He's gonna have to trade for a running back, and to do that, like I wouldn't feel comfortable trading like CEH for Mike Williams. Like if I'm trading a running back to him, I want like Justin Jefferson. Like that's not happening. So I don't even know.
No.
Like I could get Cooper Kupp, I guess, but like. Yeah, Cooper Kupp's fine.
The best receiver in the league right now, he's fine, Colby.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I find it. Well, you're gonna have to pay for that first of all. Second of all, I don't want to pay that much for Cooper Kupp. Like I'm not paying Devontae Adams prices for Cooper Kupp, if that makes sense. Which is what you're probably gonna have to pay. So I don't even want to deal with that. So I'm probably just not even gonna entertain this because I don't like anybody that much on his bench. I like Akers, but like I don't even want to deal with that injury risk. Yeah, I don't like anybody on his bench, so I don't know. Maybe he'll get a rental running back for a bit.
Whose roster is this? Oh, it's Skilly Whiffers.
Yeah, Skilly Whiffers team.
He has 2 strong tight ends.
Does he?
Knox has been looking good, and Gesicki has been looking great.
I don't even know if Knox is looking good. He had a good week. He has scored a lot of touchdowns. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's a threat in end zone.
What about?
I mean, Gesicki I mean, the Miami Dolphins are terrible, but he's
Yeah,
he's an athlete.
Gasecki is just a nightmare to hold because of that week one. That's why I just will never hold him. That's why I went out and spent on Travis Kelsey because I don't even want to deal with that. He also has some issues with AJ Brown. Like
Yeah,
I don't know what he even gonna do with him because he took him in like the fourth round, which I think he's worth that. Or he picked him in the second round. He's probably worth that based on like this and how young he
yeah,
is. But it's like I don't know. It's just there's not enough room for that many targets with Julio
yeah.
Jones and like
Especially just the amount of reps that Derrick Henry gets, and I mean, I mean, Tannehill's not good.
no,
Like
he's
he's not.
not. So it's a tough situation.
I
And this was a major L, extreme L. I feel bad for him. He picked him in the eighth round, and he's like not even he's like the third or fourth string running back. He got to play because like eight people got hurt, but it's just brutal.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I think right now have a lot of confidence in the team of Chris. I think he might run away with it, but you never know, dude. I mean, you guys saw it last year when Sean almost won the playoffs, right?
Yeah, he won last year after
As
taking
an
like
eighth.
as the eighth seed. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's possible.
like yeah, it's possible. You
You,
never know. Crazy things happen in the NFL and in the playoffs.
Nick's team's pretty good too. I was looking at this today. Like
Especially if they start to incorporate
Metcalf is
play a
like
little bit more.
Metcalf's like top tier dynasty asset, and then the running backs are good as long as Eckler doesn't get hurt. Keenan Allen. I mean, his team's pretty good.
Yeah, he's got some, I mean, two strong
So we'll
quarterbacks.
see. We'll see.
I think my thing is like as you said is like position that's invaluable for me is tight end. Is
Yeah,
just the drop off from the top four down is incredible.
it's
So
like not even the four. It's like two. If
yeah,
you don't have
my
Kelsey or
team's
Waller, it's like it's rest in peace.
George Kittle hasn't been playing well. He
No,
hasn't
I
been
know.
like
That's what I'm saying. Like
he can light guys up, but
if you don't have like a top like Hawkinson's pretty good too. If you don't have one of those like top five, like it's you might as well just not draft one because like you can throw in
yeah,
like anybody. Like you can get Dawson Knox and maybe he'll score a touchdown, but like it's brutal out
yeah.
there. That's why I didn't even want to deal with it. But
See,
now I feel I'm in a tough spot because I think I'm still gonna compete. I think I have to compete this year. I wanted to tank, but like I have Kamara and Kelsey. Like I my team could suck. I could have a garbage team, and if I have Kelsey, Kamara, and like a good quarterback, like I feel like I'm just in position to win games,
yeah,
no matter
you have to
what.
like you just like make that push, especially when you gotta go, you gotta. I mean, Julio Jones confusing. Like is he
Yeah,
gonna play well? Is he not?
and this has been
That's
such a
great, dude.
L.
Yeah, it's been tough.
I don't
That's
even
been tough.
like what is this? He had 154 targets in 2019, 151, and he's averaging 6 targets a game. Are you kidding me?
That's ridiculous. Dude,
Hopefully that turns around
I
though.
have no idea what to make of the Bears. I mean, I'm a Bears fan. It's tough. But yeah, I'm hoping Kyle Pitts pulls off because I mean, honestly, he's a touchdown a game away from having great performances every week. And
Yeah,
yeah, you can do that for anybody.
he's the
But
only one you really want to. Maybe Fryermuth, you maybe want to take a shot on late, but like he's the only young tight end worth it, I think, at all.
yeah,
So
so we'll see how that goes. But my team's in a tough spot. I have I think I have the hardest schedule in the entire league. Um, Like I have to play Chris out of conference twice. Are you kidding me? Then I have to play Nick twice. Sean's a good team. I have to play him twice. Like give me Danny Shell. Give me Skilly Whippers.
yeah,
Give me you twice, Colby. Give me somebody trash.
hey, let's put some respect on my name here. Where am I in the scoring? I think I'm fourth.
Really?
Yeah, I'm ahead of Caden, so I'm second in our division.
Dude, jeez, Sean's almost had 600 points dropped on him
Yeah,
in 4 weeks.
I am fourth. I am fourth in scoring. So put some respect on my name.
How? Oh, I'm barely scoring more than Danny. I'm scoring more than Skilly Whippers.
Yeah, this is gonna be a challenge down here. But Danny just got James Robinson, so he's a running back now. And when
Yeah.
CMC comes back, he could make a run late. Skiddly, I don't know. We'll see. But you just gotta
Yeah,
not
my
take
team
last.
I mean, last week my team could have dropped 170 points, and yeah, anybody could say that. But it's like my team has stars. I just need to put them in the right time. I think
It's hard though because you have rookies and there's just like it's so volatile.
You never know, dude. You never know. And that's just the league right now that we're playing in. Is there's so much talent on the field on these teams. You never know who they're gonna hit.
I mean, yeah,
So
I was just thinking about the Bengals today. I mean, like you got Joe Mixon, a running back, and then you got three good receivers. Like, who do you get the ball to? Like, how do you spread those targets out every game? If
and
somebody's
even like the Giants, like they're terrible. Don't get that wrong, but they have Saquon Barkley, they have Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard, Slayton.
yeah,
John Ross scored a fucking deep
that was
bomb,
crazy.
and then their rookie receiver, he looked great
I know. Yeah,
out of Florida.
why hasn't he been playing? He looked pretty good.
I don't know, he looked electric out there. So yeah, we'll see. But any other questions or anything else you got for me, Cole? We wrap up the podcast.
That's all I got. Thank you for coming on. We'll probably have you on again once the Grind Time channel takes off a little bit more.
Yeah, once you guys go viral, let me know. But Colby, it's a pleasure going on. Best of luck with your fantasy team as we're not playing together. But I would love to hop on the podcast next time that we're matching up against each other.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll have you on. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe. Peace.
Absolutely. Godspeed, guys.